I call to order this meeting of the Plain Township Board of Trustees for Tuesday, March 9th. Everybody will stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before us, we have the agenda. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections by fellow board members or department heads? None from me. Under concerns of trustees, I'm just going to put Stark County Township Association and Health Department. One and two. Sorry, that's right. There's no other changes. The agenda will stand as amended. Let's see here. First item we have on the agenda for this evening is the monthly report, the Sheriff's Office. Sergeant's going to get.
Good evening, everyone. Before you should have the February 2020 monthly report. Our calls of service compared to 2019 were down slightly. We had 1,207, still a good number. We handled 62 crashes, one crash with injury. Our alarms were down, which I haven't seen that in a while. 82 for the month. Our guys handled 326 traffic stops, which was a significant increase over what we did last year. Issued 172 citations, which is another increase, and had 64 arrests for the month. Detective Ross had 6 assigned cases, and he ended up closing 7. One of those was obviously an assignment from a previous month, all breaking and entering into businesses. But he was able to get those closed out and with charges for all those. Should be a year to year. And again, like I said, this year was lower than compared to last year, but after Lieutenant Carver and I were looking at all the Februarys, it seemed February 2019 was significantly high compared to all of the other Februarys that we've been doing this. For whatever reason, it was just a busy month.
I looked at that too.
Yeah,
when I got
last
the
year.
report.
Yeah, it's more on track. This year was more on track with what we've been seeing. So last year was just, they were really busy. I mean, I haven't really looked at exactly what caused that spike in calls, but they were definitely very busy February 2019. And then there should be a look, year-to-year look, 2019 to 2020. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Does anybody in the audience have anything for the Sheriff's Office?
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Sergeant.
Yep.
Nothing under unfinished business, nothing under new business. That'll take us to the fiscal officer's report. Mr. Wolf.
Thank you. Fiscal Officer number 1 is a request for resolution to authorize the payment of pending warrants in an amount of $313,628.91.
I will so move.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer number 2 is a request for resolution to authorize payment of regular payroll in an amount not to exceed $250,000.
I will move on fiscal officer number 2.
Second. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Fiscal Officer number 3 is a request for resolution to authorize payment for the following medical claims.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
And Fiscal Officer number 4 is the financial report for February.
Questions? See Tom afterwards.
And that concludes the Fiscal Officer report.
Thank you, Tom. It's going to take us to the administrator, Ms. Campbell.
Thank you. Item number 1 is a resolution to authorize payment to Southway Fence Company for a wireless bridge and reader kit for the barrier gate operators and proxy cards for the yard waste site on Easton, and the amount not to exceed $5,881.13 to be paid from Fund 01B025. Sorry. So
Brooks
moved.
motion, second, discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes. Thank you. That's the end of the administrator's report.
Thank you, Ms. Campbell. Take us to the fire department and our Chief Shanaward.
Okay, thank you. Item number 1 is our monthly report. Response times and that are about in line there.
Anybody's got questions for Chief afterwards?
Item number 2 is a resolution by the Plain Township Board of Trustees, Stark County, Ohio, to accept the resignation of Isaac Hall as a Plain Township part-time firefighter paramedic.
I will move on FD number 2.
Second, discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Item number 3 is a resolution by the Plain Township Board of Trustees to authorize purchase and payment for rescue equipment and miscellaneous accessories from Howe Rescue Systems not to exceed $12,500.
So move.
Second.
Discussion. Chief, just to clarify, you had advised us earlier that this is to replace the last gas-powered
Correct.
set, so we'll have all.
All e-tools now, that is correct, so make it a little bit easier for us, just maintenance-wise and then, reliability too.
No further discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
And item number 4 is our scholarship award this evening, and we've got Ron DeFrancisco, one of our lieutenants, is here from the union because it's kind of a joint project. And then obviously we have some people in the crowd here for their families. So but I just want to say thanks first to the Board of Trustees for allowing us to do that here tonight. Just made it easier with timing and everything to get so we can get this presentation together and be able to give them their money before. Obviously, the schools start calling for their cash kind of early, as I know.
They won't miss that phone call.
And actually, a lot of these people in this room are involved with it too. They helped us. We collect all this money from our Fly the Flag program, where we put out for people at their houses. We actually, the guys do a fundraiser at the Barrel Room, which a lot of people have attended to help raise money for a scholarship. And we donate money to the Veterans Group, or for the monument to help do things. So we're just, I'm excited because it's kind of a little bit of a start that I kind of started running with, and then the union helped me out. So it's kind of a collaboration between all of us, and obviously we have a great board of trustees and administrators and other department heads that have helped us, whether from hoops tickets to whatever, doing all these flags that we put out. So, and we have three, they're actually all Glen Oak students, Glen local students, and it was open to any Plain Township senior going to any school. So it could be Glen Oak, North Canton, or St. Thomas, or Central. So depending on where they live, what's part of the township. So we had applications from all over the township, and also too, a lot of them we kind of had our prerequisite to be going into emergency fields, nursing, paramedic, health tech, or athletic training, something along the line of that. So we're hoping that the scholarship will keep growing, and then obviously they'll maybe stay in Plain Township and build a house, buy a house, become residents, and then kind of keep things going. So, and that's kind of how we got there with raising the money. About the students, we have 3 different ones. I'll just have you come up as I give you your name there, and then we'll go through this. We have Elena Flynn, and she's going to be going to Altman School of Nursing, if I'm not mistaken. All right, and then we'll just get all 3 of you up here that way, and then we got a certificate, and then we're going to send out the checks in the mail. Anyway, we actually, I we would have had some more people. We actually had like 3 calls going literally tonight as we started this meeting. So I got a couple units out. So some of the guys are not here. So we wanted to have a little bigger crowd because some of you rode at the station. And actually all of them have rode in our program where they ride on the ambulance and get experience that for whether they're nursing or health tech, et cetera. And actually their teachers here, Mr. Shaheen from health tech side, and I'm not sure if anybody from nursing is here or not. So they were trying to get one of the nursing teachers here tonight too. So, and then obviously they got some family here, which are a big point in this because good family, good students, keeps things going. So we got Elena, and then we have Bryce Kahn. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And he's in the health tech program, and he's going to be going to Muskingum for athletic training. So, and then we have Haley McGee, who's going to be going to Capital University for nursing, right?
Yes.
And she actually helped at Safety City also, and where a lot of the students actually helped at Safety City. So that's, we can sometimes see them from there too. So, so they're all going to get a $500 scholarship they can use for books, tuition, whatever works out, you know, and hopefully that'll help just get you started. Then unfortunately, like me, Mom and Dad's got to write some checks, might have to get some jobs, that kind of stuff on top of it. So, and so I think we got them here. So there's Bryce. So basically, we just made a certificate up. We got the 2020 Plain Township Fire Department scholarship. So there's Bryce's. Sorry, I didn't have it. I guess I do have an alphabetical order. There we go. All right, Elena Flynn, right? Okay. It's hard to remember everybody's names. There's so many. So Haley McGee. So. And I really appreciate you, one, making time to do the scholarship, and two, being an outstanding student.
Thank you.
And a good person.
In conjunction with the union, my name's Ronnie. I'm our vice president. I want to extend my congratulations. And if you guys need anything from any one of our members throughout your time in school or after the fact, please get a hold of us.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Eric, can you take a picture with our fire and the recipients? Yeah, I got it. I think all of us can want that same picture.
Yeah.
It'd be the worst photograph ever.
Right.
Just we're all back there.
Yeah.
Okay, now look this way. 1, 2, 3. Awesome.
And I appreciate the family with short notice getting everybody here.
Congrats again.
With literally like doing hands on lunch. So.
Yeah, good luck.
All right, and you're free to go, or you can stay. And actually, if I had a credit slip, I'd give you for government. I'm not sure if you have them. So if you have to get credit for that, so you're free to stay for the rest of the meeting, or you're welcome to leave too. So.
These kids are way past government.
And thank you, Mr. Shaheen, for teaching the kids and getting them where they need to be to get to college and everything. That's very meaningful. And thank you for all you do for the football team and all the sports, because I've seen you often at my son's football and wrestling matches and games.
Thank you.
But I'd like to just thank Chuck and Ronnie, because the Plain Township Fire Department and our program is almost ubiquitous in the community, and you know, we're at the football games together, we're at cross-country meets together, we work closely with each other, not only on the educational component, on the healthcare component, and we're really lucky, and trust me, I know that I'm lucky, because I've been in other situations to have a department like this that really takes control of the education component. They go through, with the kids, if they're not out on the call, they're showing them something, showing them some new skill, and it's honestly one of their favorite rotations. So thanks, guys, appreciate it.
And thank you guys so much. Thank you. We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Good luck.
Ronnie, thanks.
Yep, see you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I do. Some people don't claim
I know.
I'll take mine.
Or JP.
Yeah, are we on time for James tomorrow?
Yeah, where's his prom date at?
Stand into his right.
He's going to stay.
All right, so that concludes the Fire Department. It will take us to the Road Department, Mr. Iacino.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, item number 1 is the February 2020 report. We've done a lot of hatching and a lot of tree trimming this past week.
This one that keeps up this way, I'll start cranking up the plants in the near future, within the next 30 to 40 days, you think?
Usually middle of April, but they might go early if there's not too many repairs for them to do on their plants, which they have to do every spring.
Got questions on the monthly report? Next.
Item number 2 is a resolution to direct the Plain Township Highway Superintendent to place an advertisement for bids for the 2020 paving road repair project. The newspaper published in Stark County on March 12th and March 19th, 2020. The bids will be received and opened on March 26th at 1:30 p.m.
I will so move.
Second.
Discussion.
I mean, obviously, if we can work this like we did last year, boy, that's,
Actually, I think we're a little earlier.
oh, that's great. Because, man, they got started early. We were kind of their captive audience
Right.
at the time, and
Hopefully prices
Yeah.
come in. This is where they want to get their work.
Especially if they've got crews available, whether we line it up right with our regular meeting or if it's a quick special meeting, just to get the ball rolling.
Brooke, that's the earliest our paving has ever been done.
Wow.
Last year, so we did, and last year was just a quick special meeting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
July.
Quick meeting.
We met
Yeah.
because they had the crews wrecked.
I think we had a 3-week
Yeah.
or something.
But even if not,
Yeah.
that's a good idea,
Yeah.
so they can get moving.
Right.
Okay, no further discussion, roll call?
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Item number 3 is a resolution authorizing the purchase of gasoline, oil, and diesel from McIntosh Oil not to exceed $25,000.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, roll call?
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
And item number 4 is a speed limit revision that we had done on Firestone Road between 55th Street and Snyder Road, which was at 55 mile per hour. And we got that to reduce to 45 mile per hour. There's only 2 homes on the whole road, I do believe, and the signs have been posted.
Only one. Since back up on.
Yeah,
Oh, one drive.
School road. so,
Yeah.
And the signs are already posted.
Thank you for taking care of that.
And the road report, thank you.
Thanks, Joe. It's gonna take us to the zoning department, Mr. Farrar.
Thank you, sir. Item number 1 is a monthly report.
Glad to see you're feeling better too.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Me too.
Do you know we're inching closer to that other establishment back here in the plaza? Very, very close to being.
Yes.
So. No further questions? Next.
Item number 2 is a resolution to declare items A through C as nuisance abatements.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
And that'll do it for zoning.
Takes us to the Parks Department, Mr. Steinberg.
Thank you, Owner Land, for the report this time.
Question on the cover, are we running adult child care
Yeah.
computer classes?
Well, it's more or less a babysitting service for that particular department.
I thought you were talking about Eric.
Well, that's good.
We are, that's exactly what we're talking about.
I didn't get to see that picture yet. Sure I will.
I promise.
More than once. Is it? Okay. That's already got the blankets down on the field, did I see over at Diamond?
We have the growth blankets down at Diamond. We're waiting for better weather conditions to get on the turf over at the dog park, but it's still so soft. If we put an aerifier out there, it will chew up the grass, which will defeat the purpose of keeping it closed. So we're just waiting for a little bit more firm ground so we can get the heavy equipment out and then lay the seed, put the blankets down over there. Diamond drains better, obviously.
there's nothing, our law director, it's gonna take us to communications, Ms. Campbell.
Thank you. I have a couple communications this evening. The first one is written to Paul Burke from Dan Burr on Devon, who says, "Thank you. I called in a couple weeks ago, left a message regarding the snowplows tearing up approximately 6 to 8 inches in my yard during snow removal. I was out of town last week, but did get your voice message stating your crew had been out to clean up the front edge of my yard and that you'll have someone out to seed the bare strip in the spring. I noticed new taller flags were installed along the edge as well. Thank you for your quick reply and action. Plain Township has always been very responsive and cooperative regarding any property issues we've had, and we haven't had many at all. One of the many reasons my wife and I enjoy living in Plain Township. Thanks again." And then I have 2 thank yous. One is to firefighter Wiedelbacher and the other is to firefighter Gunther. From the same call, they both read, "With sincere thanks for your kindness, it was appreciated. Thank you so much for helping my mother, Ruby Forrest, and being so kind and helpful to her." And that's the end of communications.
Takes us to public speaks. Is there anybody in the audience who wishes to address the board? Okay. That'll close the public speaks. Concerns of trustees. Just reminders, we have here in March and the beginning of April, 2 Stark County Township Association meetings, March 19th and April 2nd. April 2nd is the county engineer meeting they're doing down at Keaton Township. And the March meeting is the 19th out at Perry Township. Separate of that, the health department, we were at the meeting last week. Some of you are right now, just for the sake of the record, our special spraying rates are gonna go up. Essentially, it's a combination of labor availability / insurance / material cost. And the health department saying they're no longer subsidizing it out of their general fund, so they didn't give a specific dollar amount, but I've got them noting somewhere between 13 and 18% essentially for that. So we're going from 35 to 36 to we'll probably be somewhere in the low 40s on a per mile.
They said they'll barely
basis.
break even with that.
The good news is they only spray when there's a need to spray.
Yeah.
They trap, and if a bird tests positive for West Nile, then they'll spray in that area. So it's not something they do along all 172 miles of our roadway.
I will say that separate of that, nothing major going on at the start meeting. It was just all formality, reporting, and so forth. So, anything else on our concerns of trustees? Okay, concerns of the fiscal officer?
No concerns.
Okay. Takes us to the approval of the minutes for February 25th, 2020. I will so move.
Second.
Discussion?
Was all the changes made that were presented?
They were.
Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Approval of the minutes for February 26th, 2020.
It's the special.
I will so move.
I'll second those.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
And then I have approval of meeting minutes for March 2nd. So moved.
So that was the other special meeting. I'll second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Okay. There's a need for executive session, so I'm going to make a motion to be hereby resolved by the Plain Township Board of Trustees, Stark County, Ohio, to adjourn to executive session at 6:24 p.m. from this regular meeting as authorized under Ohio Revised Code 121.22G for the purpose and consideration of 1A, appointment of a public employee or official, 1F, compensation of a public employee or official, 3, conference with the law director or other retained counsel concerning pending or imminent court action.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.